All right, Shalom. I'm going to start by saying, Call all YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, Kakadash. Double honors to the Apostles of Israel, aka the Apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and love to all the Akim. Continue to preach the truth and all truth and sincerity. All right, real quick. So, actually, this article is a few days old, but it just came across my feed today. I'm surprised it hasn't been come across, but I'm just coming across it today. But it's from January 6th, and the picture is the article is a picture with the thumbnail is a picture that the thumbnail is, and this is from biometricupdate.com, and the title of the article reads, Biometric payments to generate $11.3 billion in revenue for suppliers by 2030. Now, ultimately, that means what? What are we getting? What are we getting in the direction of going? We're going to the direction of the MOTB, the B system. All right, his last hurrah. That's really what's happening. He about to usher in the MOTB. He's about to bring in what the scriptures talk about in the Revelation, the 13th chapter and the 14th chapter. He's actually about to bring that mark. It's actually already here, but he's actually about to bring it to bring it to the masses where he calls it all. Because you have people that have the MOTB, the RFID CIP, Michael CIP in their body, but they did it by choice. But soon he said, well, he's going to cause of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive the mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark. So he's going to have it. He's making a system. He's gearing up the system to where you're going to have some kind of beast system currency with either on your person or actually in your skin. Ultimately, being the MOTB. So we're going to dig right into it. So it says biometrics are being used to secure a fast growing number of payments in what good intelligence calls the pay by me revolution. And the market analyst and advisory firm forecast that 3.5 billion people will be part of it by 2030. So they're looking 5 years ahead already. What they said? The scriptures say what they think their house shall continue forever. So they want to get this done. They want to have it by 2030. So that means that in the course leading into 2030, we just came into so-called 2025. So 5 years from now, they're saying that the half of the population damn near is going to have it. Because if it's 8-9 billion people on the earth, right? 3 billion, 4 billion, that's almost half the population. So they're saying that they project that half of the population is going to have basically the microchip in them, because that's what it's leaning to, that's what it's heading towards. All right. It said the new report, Biometrics for Payments, Market and Technology Analysts, Adoption Strategies and Forecasts 2025 to 2030, fourth edition, predicts that the surge in payments will generate more than $11.3 billion in revenue for biometrics suppliers by the end of the decade. Now, who are the biometric suppliers? The elites. Ultimately, who's setting up all these companies? Who's setting up all these CEOs and all that? It's the elites. They're at the top. They're at the top of the tax bracket. They collect the taxes. Countries are in debt to them. So what? They control the money system. So there's a new system they're about to bring out. It says biometric payments are growing among both digital and physical transactions. It says largely to combat payment fraud, which increasingly makes use of AI. It says the use of biometrics can help detect and prevent fraud throughout the payment process, from digital onboarding through payment transactions. See, here they go with the fraud. That's how they're gonna wheel people in. Oh, you want to make sure you have a safe and secure payment process. Now it's starting with this biometric stuff, which is said to be digital or physical transaction, but ultimately, what is it directed towards? It's directed towards what you have to put this in your skin. It says bot fraud is just one of the drivers of biometric payment adoption, Good Intelligence founder and CEO Alan Good explains. The pay-by-me revolution is well underway. He says customers want choice for payments. They also want the assurance that payments are secure and safe. The payment experience must be convenient with as little friction as possible. The average online cart abandonment rate currently stands at 70%. With 31% abandoned due to friction, often led by frustration of identity and authentication process. So the online cart, so when you go to shop online, it says your cart. They saying that people, I guess, stop doing it because of all the authentication process, which means proving who you are. It says, because of this, he says, biometrics are increasingly a vital part of a payment service provider's toolkit. It says the report spans 301 pages, detailing the shift from device-based biometrics to server-side authentication to support higher value mobile payments. The increasing use of face biometrics, the increasing use of face biometrics with liveness detection to support identity verification with defenses against deep fakes and other AI-driven fraud attacks. So what's that mean? If reading your face, that's ultimately what? It says what? You have to get the mark on your forehead. So your forehead gonna get scanned. And it says liveness detection to support identity verification. Liveness support. No, liveness detection means what? In your hand. And your hand, and your face, and that's they have the whole thing, facial recognition to open your phone. See, and that's what they're doing right underneath everybody's nose, right underneath everybody's nose. They got this whole system they about to usher it out, and then ultimately gonna bring what they're gonna bring out the microchip. That's because it's prophecy. It's prophecy. It has to go down. It says it describes the momentum behind tokenless or naked biometric payments made at physical points of sale with integrated biometric sensors, and the increased using of biometrics in risk-based authentication and fraud management platforms. It says biometric payments are also getting a boost from digital age assurance regulations like the UK. Now, remember you had old girl, if you didn't know, the chief of the ECB, with the EU central bank, basically, they said that they basically having a whole digital currency about to come out, a digital euro, which also means it's going to be a whole worldwide digital currency. Because everybody will still want to do business with each other, so they're going to have to come to one conglomerate and be like, yo, this is the new system for how we all make payments, buying and selling, like the scripture said. And they all going to get on board. They're all going to get on board. All these countries are going to get on board because they don't have no reason not to. All right? But to the Israelites, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, if you want any chance of salvation and being on the good graces of the one true living God, whose name is YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, not God and Jesus, you can't not get it. You can't get it. You can't get the MOTB. That's an automatic death sentence. The Lord will unalive you. It says biometric payment cards. Oops. It says biometric payment cards are becoming a premium product that can meet accessibility requirements according to the report. An emerging area of growth covered in the report is hybrid scenarios, in which a digital ID using biometric serves payments and another application. Those other applications include permission to travel, fast lane border control, ticketing, and loyalty programs. Biometrics are also making their way into the automotive industry for in-cabin payments and ride-sharing platforms. So see, there you go. Automotive, ride-sharing, that's what Uber, Lyft, New Jersey Transit, hell, even throwing the cabs, the taxi cabs that's left, they're making it to, they're making a system to where it's gonna have to, all the society's gonna have to embrace it. That's why it says what he calls of all. Man, I'm about to get that real quick. Because all this biometric ID, digital wallet, what is that? What only thing can that be leading to except for the microchip that's speaking of in the scriptures? Nothing else. Nothing else explains this. So there's the book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 16, and it reads, and he calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. That's what they're going to be. And you already have people that have it. But as far as the masses go, you see they're slowly, well, not even slowly, they're gradually gradually getting closer to bringing it out to the masses, to where he's going to cause them all. And it's not going to be a choice. It's not going to be a choice. He's shifting. He's making the system to where like this is going to be the only way you can actually function in the system, in the financial system that they about to bring out. Is you have to have some kind of biometric ID, digital wallet, digital ID. Then ultimately it's going to be a micro chip in your body. That's the game changer. You bring in this new system. You get rid of the cash. You have all this universal basic income to where like, oh, people aren't using cash no more. People are using cards no more. The system are getting closer to like basically contactless, cashless transactions. People hardly carrying cash now. So when they usher out this new system, people are going to be accustomed to basically having contactless and nothing in their hand, nothing like on them to make a transaction. So you either have your phone with your digital ID, or then ultimately you have what? Have to have the micro chip in your body. And it says in verse 17 of Revelation chapter 13, it says, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Because what? That's the elites. The elites represent this. They're the ones ushering in the system. They control the money. They control the money, right? So if there's a new system coming to play as far as the financial institutions involved, that means it's coming from the elites. It's coming from the elite central banking families. That's why all these countries have a central bank within the land. I think only a couple countries don't have it, and I believe Russia's one of them, and Iran is another. But most of the countries in the world, especially all the Europe countries, especially America, all that, they all have a central banking system in their financial system. Let's go back to the article. And more of the report. So this report, it says that the report covers both hardware and software and the major biometric modalities used in payments: behavioral, face, fingerprint, finger vein, palm print, and voice. So basically going to be your own body. You making transactions just with your body. And ultimately you have to have something implanted in your skin. Just like the whole thing with the Ripple. You had Trump. Matter of fact, I'm going to get that article. You had this whole Ripple XRP. And a few years back, they said that the Ripple XRP technology is basically compatible with the implantable micro chip. That was like 3 or 4 years ago. And that's where we at now. So fast forward 4 years later, we're in 2025. If they already said that technology a few years ago was compatible with an implantable micro chip, where do you think we're going to? What direction do you think they're headed towards? They're headed towards a micro chip for everybody. It says the previous edition of the report, published in 2021, forecasts that contactless in-store payments and the adoption of mobile wallets would help drive payments made with biometrics to surpass $5.7 billion in payments supported annually by 2026, which is next year. It just turned 2025. And they're looking ahead. That's Revelation 12:12. He knows he had but a short time, so he has to keep looking ahead. He has no time to look back. He has no time to look back. Everything he's talking about is progression. But what little does he know, and little does he understand that he's progressing closer to his downfall. The Lord said, what? They think their house shall continue forever within their pride. Matter of fact, let me get that. Matter of fact, hold up. I'm going to read Revelation chapter 12, verse 12 real quick, and it says, Revelation 12:12, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. He hath a short time. So the same people in Revelation, the 13th chapter, the next chapter, where it talks about the number of a man, who is that man? Esau, Edom. So the elites. They represent that man. They represent the son of perdition, because that's the head Edomites that's in charge of all of this. They control the banks. They control the money system. They control the financial world. They control the whole banking industry. It's through their hands. And they're saying now that they want to make everything digital. They want to make everything contactless. They want to make everything cashless. That's their goal. And it's ultimately the goal of who? The Lord. YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHWASHI. He's having them do this. This is the Lord's will. It's not Esau's will. He can't do his own will. He would have exterminated us all already if it was up to him. But no, he's doing everything the Lord is having him do. Oops. Oops. Let me get that. What's that? Psalms. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 49, verse 11, and it reads, "Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names," and that's what they did. America Vespucci, Africa, Leo Scriffus Africanus. They named all these towns, Jefferson, Lincoln, Hamilton, Washington. All these names, all these names, all the continents are named after Edomites. Or Edomites named it. And more likely, they all after Edomites. Or had some kind of Edomite influence. I'm talking about the continents now. The names you see now. Asia, Africa, America. Well, North America is a continent. Well, South is a direction, but America, Europe. It's all in Esau. This is all Esau's kingdom's names. It said what? Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. All right, let's get it. Don't quote about it, read about it. This is the book of Job, chapter 9, verse 24, and it reads, "The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the face of the judge thereof. If not, where and who is he?" Now, how did Esau do that? How is that defining Esau? Whitewashing, the Renaissance period, saying that they're the actual chosen people. They're saying that they're the actual children of Jacob. They saying that they're the descendants of Jacob. They're the descendants of Abraham. They're the descendants of Isaac, but they're not the descendants of Jacob. Remember, the Lord said, well, he confirmed the same law with Jacob. Yeah, he made the oath. He made the covenant with Abraham and the oath to Isaac, but he said he confirmed that same agreement he made with those two men, he made with Jacob. He didn't make it with Esau. Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob's the beginning of it that followeth this world. Remember, this is the last bit of our captivity. After this, once Yahawah, remember the Lord is going to send Yahawashi, the Father's going to send Yahawashi back this go around. It's not going to be said that how the Lord Egypt, how he delivered us out of Egypt in the time of Moses. This is going to surpass that. And every day that passes is leading closer to the second Exodus. Indeed. So call on Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHWASHI for that. Because the time is short for these devils. And they know it. I was looking up like the fucking Rothschilds and all that. Like I don't know if they obviously the internet's not going to expose all the information, but from the information they did show, they don't have a lot of children, these last bunch of elites. Jacob Rothschild, it said he had 4 children, and one of them is a girl. David Rothschild, which I believe is Evelyn Rothschild's son, he don't got no children, it says. So how much, and I don't know about how many, the whole family spectrum, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I know as far as I looked up the Rothschilds, they don't have a big family line after the old motherfuckers that's here now. Because all those old ones, they're in their 80s now. They're in their 80s. Okay. Shit. So you talk about Esau, the end of the world. Oh, speaking of which, there's a book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 6, verse 7, and it reads, "Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times, or when shall be the end of the first, and the beginning of it that followeth?" The end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth. Esau's kingdom, and it's going to go into it. It says, verse 8, it says, and he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him. See, Jacob and Esau were born of Isaac. It said Jacob's hand held first the hill of Esau. Verse 9, for Esau the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Who's ruling right now? That can show you by what? Who's bringing out Revelation the 13th chapter? He calls of all, Esau. So Esau, this world is the last world with who? Jacob is in captivity under these other nations. After this when the Lord going to come back and say, these are my people and I shall be their God. Speaking of which, since we talk about these motherfuckers, this is the book of Genesis, chapter 25, and I'm gonna start at verse 19, and it reads, and these are the generations of Isaac, Abraham's son. Abraham begat Isaac. That's where the covenant starts, right? It starts with Abraham. Verse 20 of Genesis chapter 25, and it says, and Isaac was 40 years old when he took Rebekah to wife, the daughter of Bethuel the Syrian of Padanaram, the sister to Laban the Syrian. And Isaac entreated the Lord for his wife, because she was barren, and the Lord was entreated of him, and Rebekah his wife conceived. So what? She then was with child, right? Verse 22. And the children struggled together within her, and she said, if it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Lord. Verse 23. And the Lord said unto her, two nations are in thy womb, and two manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels, and the one people shall be stronger than the other, and the elder shall serve the younger. But remember, they're twins though. But it said one shall be stronger than the other, and the elder shall serve the younger. The elder shall serve the younger. Remember, they're twins though. Verse 24, and it says, and when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. The first came out red, all over like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. So Esau came out first, which makes him the elder, excuse me. He's the elder one, even though they're twins, but he came out first. And it says that he was red, like how these Edomites are, they're red. And they called his name Esau. Verse 26, and after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 60 years old when she bare them. So that means he was what? He was 60 years old when she bare them. It says, and the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter. So what? Go into the concept of who's a cunning hunter. If you would fast forward to now, who is a cunning hunter on the earth and a hunter for sport? Because you got these other nations, they be hunting. But what nation, their main thing is hunting? Like, that's like a pastime, a hobby. It's hunting. It's who? The so-called white man. Esau. It said he was a cunning hunter and a man of the field. And a man of the field, Esau always out and about in the field and in the wilderness and all that. But it says, and Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents. You know, Jacob be chilling around the way, chilling in the crib. Or I'm kicking it at the crib. We kicking it at the crib. Now, granted, when our kingdom come, our cribs are going to be decked out. But Esau said Esau is a cunning hunter and a man of the field. That fits them motherfuckers to a T right now, still to this day, which goes to show how this book and the scriptures are the faithful and true. Hold up. Oh, yeah. And since we're at his end, look what the Lord, this is a message to you, Esau, from Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. This is the book of Lamentations, chapter 4, verse 21, and it says, rejoice and be glad. Matter of fact, I'm going to go to the blue letter. I'm going to read this in the NLT. This is the book of Lamentations. I'm going to read both. This is Lamentations chapter 4, verse 21, and it reads, Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken and shall make thyself naked. Now, with all this biometrics ID stuff, all this stuff they're doing is leading closer to this time. Because at this time, this is the end of Esau's kingdom. That's when he's going to bring out this mark. That's when he's going to bring it out at his end. Everything going digital, everything's going haywire in the world. The third world coming quickly. Nation shall rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom. That's all happening in the meantime as well. Sedition among men, the earthquakes, the storms. All these things are how the Lord say what? He's going to visit the earth which he have made. And I'm going to NLT now, Lamentations chapter 4, verse 21, and it reads, Are you rejoicing in the land of Uz, O people of Edom? But you too must drink from the cup of the Lord's anger. You too will be stripped naked in your drunkenness. Because what? He is in rulership right now. But remember, even in the book of Genesis, I didn't read it, but in the book of Genesis, it says what? You shall receive the fatness of the earth through the sword, but it wasn't going to be an everlasting kingdom. Because if you go into how the Lord had the story play out, he sold his birthright unto Jacob. He didn't. Jacob didn't steal it from Esau. Esau sold it to Jacob. But it says what? It says what? The cup shall pass through unto thee. I'm read that again. This is Lamentations chapter 4, verse 21 in the NLT. It says, Are you rejoicing in the land of Uz, O people of Edom, which is synonymous with daughter of Edom? But you too must drink from the cup of the Lord's anger. Now, who drinking from the cup of the Lord's anger right now? Israel, Jacob. It says, you too will be stripped. You too will be stripped naked in your drunkenness, man. And what are they drunk with now? They drunk with power. They drunk with the vengeance they taking on Jacob. That's why they always fucking with us. This is Lamentations chapter 4, verse 22 in the King James. I'm reading the NLT as well. It says, The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins. And what? And a main part was what y'all did to us over here in America and abroad throughout all the other parts of the world. The transatlantic slave trade. Y'all got to pay for that. The Lord says a righteous thing to recompense them that trouble you. Y'all haven't been judged for what you did to the children of Israel. You got these motherfuckers talk about crying, free Palestine. What about free the so-called Negroes? What about free the so-called Latinos and Native Americans? For the thousands of years you've been jacking us up. From the time of the Greek Empire up until now. But especially if you want to talk about just America alone, the last 500 years, 500, 600 years. You've been castrating us. You've been doing all types of debauchery to the children of Israel. And yet, just for this a year, almost, it's going to be, 2 years? They talk about everybody crying for Palestine and free Palestine, this, that, and the third. Now, don't get it twisted. Those Ishmaelites, you're going to get your just due against Esau, but the Lord don't care. The one true living God don't care about you. All right? So, in the NLT now, in Lamentations chapter 4, verse 22, it says, O beautiful Jerusalem, which is the children of Israel, your punishment will end. What? This is our punishment we still playing out right now. Our punishment. But he said, your punishment will end. It says, you will soon return from exile. Return where? To the land of Israel. And who's in our land right now? Esau. The synagogue of Satan. They're in our land right now. Talk about they're the descendants of Jacob. Talk about y'all talk about, yeah, we about to bring the blessing. But it says you will soon return from exile, which what? When we over here and scattered throughout the whole four corners of the earth, he said, what? Exile from what? The land of Israel. It says, but Edom, your punishment is just beginning. Soon your many sins will be exposed. And that's what the Lord is exposing these devils right now. He's exposing them that they're responsible, they own everything. You got the whole thing going on with the Amalekites and the Palestinians. All that taking place, and then the Lord said, "What? He soon will discover yourself." He ain't even do it yet, because you still feeling in charge. But it's gonna be a time where starting with your elites, you're gonna feel like you're gonna understand that you're not in charge anymore. And sometimes you might be feeling that now. So call Lord YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI for laying down the rod to our enemies, man. And it's gonna get worse and worse for you heathens, especially you Edomites. That's why y'all walking around here all depressed. You're walking around here, you're fucking drinking, your misery is getting high out your mind. Because you see that your kingdom is going down. I'm going to read that again. This is Lamentations chapter 4, verse 22 in NLT. It says, "O beautiful Jerusalem, your punishment will end. You will soon return from exile. But Edom, your punishment is just beginning. Soon your many sins will be exposed." Soon your many sins will be exposed. But that's going to be when YAHAWASHI comes, man. Once YAHAWASHI comes, that's when that's all going to play out to its entirety. Yeah, you got the prophets of Yahweh BAHASHAM YAHWASHI calling you devils out, but we can't do nothing against you. You still able to, like, you know, just like all this shit with the censorship with the YouTube, you can't say this, you can't say that. Get a flag here, get a strike there. We're still under your fucking boot. But the Lord is lifting the boot up more and more from off of us, and he's gonna put his boot on y'all. That's why he said your punishment is just beginning. I'm going to get right to the point. So it's the book of Ezekiel chapter 36, verse 5, and it reads, "Therefore thus saith the Lord, Yahweh BAHASHAM YAHWASHI, surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen, and against all Idumea." So he mentioned all the heathen, and he said the residue of the heathen and all of Idumea. And it says, "which have appointed my land into their possession, with the joy of all their heart, with despiteful minds to cast it out for a prey." Case in point, that's who's in our land right now. He says he actually addresses a nation specifically. And we go into the NLT of Ezekiel chapter 36, verse 5, it says, "This is what the sovereign Lord says. My jealous anger burns against these nations," with these other nations, the other actual Gentiles. But he says, especially Edom, because they have shown utter contempt for me by gleefully taking my land for themselves as plunder. Now, what did they have to do to get the land to themselves? They had to what? The Lord had to exile us out. And now y'all solely responsible for all the bullshit y'all been doing over there in our land. That's why the Lord is going to root you out of that land. And you're going to understand, you fucking small hats, you top hats, and you non-orthodox Jays, you're going to understand how you're not the descendants of Jacob soon enough. You already got these rabbis, they be saying it, we know. They know. It's common knowledge damn near now. You had Kanye West say it. You had Kyrie Irving say it. Deshaun Jackson said it. The whole world knows that the children of Israel are not those people that's in the land of Israel now. Because if they were those people, there would be peace on earth. But there's no peace on earth, and they're the ones actually bringing matter of the no peace. They're the ones starting the trouble. It says, verse 6 of Ezekiel chapter 36, it says, "Prophesy therefore concerning the land of Israel, and say unto the mountains and to the hills, to the rivers and to the valleys, Thus saith the Lord, Yahweh BAHASHAM YAHWASHI, Behold, I have spoken in my jealousy and in my fury, because ye have borne the shame of the heathen." They talk about to the land now. Now the land is being all defiled. You got Pink City. You got Kosher Pig. Them Edomites are doing that over there right now. And not only that, they allow other nations to come over there and worship idols. They got mosques over there in the land of Israel. Those Palestinians, that's actually the land of Israel. And they got mosques over there. Out here worshiping Allah and all that shit. In the land of Israel. That's what the Lord said. Not just Esau, all you nations that had my land for you in my land. In the Holy Land. The Lord, what? Let's hold up. Now, if you go into NLT of Ezekiel 36, verse 6, it says, "Therefore prophesy to the hills and mountains, the ravens and valleys of Israel. This is what the sovereign Lord says. I am furious that you have suffered shame before the surrounding nations." So he's talking to the land, the shame of the nations. All the abominations that take place in the Holy Land, in the land of Jerusalem and the whole land of Israel. Because you're in Jerusalem, and then you got the Palestinians, they in the land, well, they kind of renting them out there now. But now you got Esau there. That's why when YAHAWASHI come back, he's coming to that, he got to holler at that land first. And then he gonna destroy America. He gonna destroy Israel too. Because Israel gotta be cleansed with that fire. That's why he said what? The fire of his jealousy. He gotta handle that, he gotta handle the Holy Land. It gotta be completely replenished with fire. And that's what those missiles are going to do. And ultimately, that's what the Lord is going to do. Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. With the fire he's bringing to the earth. Oops. Verse 7 of Ezekiel chapter 36, it says, Therefore, thus saith the Lord, Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. I have lifted up my hand. Surely the heathen that are round about you, surely the heathen that are about you, they shall bear their shame. And that's what's happening right now. You got them small hats. It's not looking too good for them right now. They're seeing a lot of challenges with this war going on with all them people they fighting over there. And you got Iran, the actual Iranian military marching through the streets, talking about a march to Jerusalem. How the destruction of Israel and the removal of U.S. bases out of the world is the only way for the world to be good again. But that's not even all the way the case. The way for the world to be in a good case is for the nation of Israel, the true descendants of Jacob, to rule under who the world called Jesus Christ, whose name is YAHAWASHI. That's what's going to bring peace on earth. Because as long as any of you other nations have any kind of dominion over the earth, it should be no peace. Because you already have the Lord chosen people that's in captivity. And the almighty power, the sovereign God, Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, was not going to set to have his people in captivity forever. The Lord said, what? The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. That's why all these prophecies are coming to pass. That's why all these things are rolling fast. When you go into the NLT of Ezekiel chapter 36, verse 7, it says, Therefore, this is what the sovereign Lord, Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, says. I have taken a solemn oath that those nations will soon have their own shame to endure. And that's what's happening now. Ishmael, Esau, Moab, all you nations, and that's why the Lord has you preparing for war more and more. Because he's about to bring out the fire of his jealousy and cast it on y'all. The Lord said a controversy with Zion for the nation that sold us, that showed us for naught. You were selling us back and forth the whole transatlantic slave trade. And on top of that, what's going on now? All you nations come over here to the daughter of Babylon and profit off of the children of Israel. Moab, your Chinese restaurants, your nail salons, your fucking beauty supply stores, all that shit. You got Ammon with the sushi. You got Ishmael with the chicken shacks, the corner stores, gas stations, Elon with your 7-Elevens, your restaurant, all of that. You all came to the daughter of Babylon and profited, man. And Esau allows it because why? You're not under the curses. Esau allows these nations to come over here and make a killing. That's part of the script. That's part of the curses. Hold up. I'm gonna come back to Ezekiel 36. I'm gonna go to Deuteronomy 20. Okay. Yeah, where is it? Yeah, this is part of the curse. So this is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 43, and it reads, The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low. Now we're experiencing that in America, especially when the Lord had all these other nations come over here. Because remember, the prophecy said that the daughter of Babylon, all the nations, it made the nation rich. And it's the land of our captivity, so they got rich off of us. Point blank, period. Point blank, period. And you go into NLT of Deuteronomy 28 and 43, it says, The foreigners living among you will become stronger and stronger while you become weaker and weaker. But remember, the Lord said what? He's breaking that down now himself, breaking that down. That's because now we're getting stronger. Because the Lord said what? He was going to put these curses on unto us. Put those curses onto our nations, the other nations, our enemies. Remember, we're living in a transitional stage right now, where the Lord is gathering his elect. He's waking up the nation of Israel, starting with the elect, the remnant of Jacob, and now he's starting to jack up these other nations. You got these storms. America's being broken down to all these. They going to probably end up leaving soon. The scripture said they should go to their own land. Because when they say that it's not profitable no more to be in America, what are they going to do? You got the nation of Israel waking up. You got the name of the Lord. You got the name of the one true living God being uttered by his people. YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, in the land of their captivity. That means what? Their captivity is almost over. It's almost over. And there's nothing they could do about it. Verse 44. It says, he shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail. And that's us. We're the tail. All these other nations are ahead of us. These other nations come here, they get loans, business, they do all these business ventures and all that. Own these restaurants. They can these Elamites, they come through, they buy these liquor stores. They own it for a time, then another family member comes and makes a profit off it. You got these Jakes in Jake neighborhood. And all these nations do it. They come, you got the Asians, they got the massage parlors, Chinese restaurants. They got all of that. And who's the main consumer? Jake. Who do they target? Jake. They say the black dollar. Because why? We don't have our own. That's why all these nations are able to profit off of us. And it says that it says in NLT of Deuteronomy 28:44, it says, they will lend money to you, but you will not lend to them. Because you don't got no Jake banks lending up to these other nations. There other nations coming to America, coming to Jake and doing business and having property under Jake. But no, these Elamites, they own these hotels, they own all these landscapes, these fucking small hats. All these other nations, they come through, they own Africans, Ham, all of them. Anybody that's not Jake, and if you do got Jake that own a little somewhere, got a little bit of land, they surely lose it eventually. They know generational wealth with us over here. I'm gonna go back to Ezekiel 36 because it was a little boring there. So it's the book of Ezekiel, back in Ezekiel chapter 36, verse 8, and it reads, but ye, talk about the land of Israel, O mountains of Israel, ye shall shoot forth your branches and yield your fruit to my people of Israel, for they are at hand to come. So they're at hand to come what? We about to return to our land, and the land's going to be beautiful again. The land's going to be undefiled. That's what YAHAWASHI is coming to bring. YAHAWASHI is bringing the purification. He's bringing the fire to destroy it first and foremost, but then it's going to be rebuilt back up. And all righteousness. Because the nation of Israel is going to be pure. Starting with the elect. That's what YAHAWASHI is coming to bring. He's coming to bring that purity and give it to the elect. That's why their bodies are going to be changed. The Lord says he's going to put the law, statute, commandments in our inward parts. So we're going to automatically do them. And we're never going to go off again. That's the promise. That's prophecy. And you go into NLT of Ezekiel chapter 36, verse 8, and it says, but the mountains of Israel will produce heavy crops of fruit for my people, for they will be coming home again soon. For we'll be coming home again soon. We're the Israelites. We're not home now. Those people over there in the land of Israel, those are not the Israelites. That's why they don't dare call themselves the Israelites. They don't say the true name of the living, the one true, they don't say the real name of the one true living God, Yahawah or YAHAWASHI. There's no peace over there. The nation's still at war. So that's a red flag that they're not the people. And the land is not heavy, it's not producing heavy crops over there. I remember hearing the time way back, the apostles and all that, you always used to say that they have to get trees imported to Israel. And especially right now, it's a fucking war zone over there. Bombs flying back and forth every day. This is Ezekiel chapter 36, verse 9. It says, for behold, I am for you, and I will turn it unto you, and ye shall be tilled and sown. And we go into NLT in verse 9 of Ezekiel chapter 36. It says, see, I care about you, and I will pay attention to you. Your ground will be plowed and your crops planted. You can't say that, Israel, right now. Nobody goes there and that's like such a plentiful crops and vegetation and all that, especially now. That was never the place where people were like, oh, I got to go to the land of Israel and visit there because it's so beautiful there. Because Esau's there. He didn't fuck the land up. And that's why the Lord said he's going to root his ass out. But YAHAWASHI is going to do that. Ezekiel chapter 36, verse 10. And it reads, and I will multiply men upon you, all the house of Israel, even all of it. And the city shall be inhabited, and the waste shall be builded. Remember, one of the promises that the nation of Israel was going to get was, first off, the Messiah, YAHAWASHI, and he's going to come and give Israel what? Immortality. Those small heads over there don't have immortality. Where's the house of David? Where's the King David? Where's the Lord? You got over here through the graces of America, and only way you're being assisted by America. Where's your heavenly power? Where's your heavenly assistance, Amalek? Here it is. You're supposed to be the descendants of Jacob, but yet nobody looks at. It said that nobody looks at y'all as godly. Nobody honors y'all. Nobody praises y'all. Everybody despises y'all as of right now, and people are despising you more and more, and you're being more and more a piece of shit, a scumbag. Oh, where is that? And we go into NLT of Ezekiel chapter 36. It says, I will greatly increase the population of Israel, and the ruined cities will be rebuilt and filled with people. The cities are being destroyed right now. Because as of right now, they're trying to get the whole land. They're trying to get all them Palestinians and all that out, right? And then they're trying to do whatever they're going to do. But the Lord is going to put a complete monkey wrench in their shit. It says, and remember, these elites and all that, they're also Amalek too. That's all the Dukes of Edom over there that control how the earth is going down, how the earth is, how it's being run. It's the Dukes of Edom. Because what? It's Esau's kingdom. The Lord said, what? You shall have the fatness of the earth at the end. Remember, Esau at the end of the world. What does that mean? It says what? Esau, the nation of Edom, the children of Esau, were the last nations of people to rule over the nation of Israel before they was brought back to their God under YAHAWASHI. They were the last nation to rule over the nation. They were the last heathens to rule over the children of Jacob, man. And his kingdom is going down. Because what? The children of Israel coming up. Verse 11 of Ezekiel chapter 36, and it says, and I will multiply upon you man and beast, and they shall increase and bring fruit, and I will settle you after your old estates, and will do better unto you than at your beginnings, and ye shall know that I am the Lord. Now that's not happening with those people right now. Because if they were the people, if they were outside out of the land, now they're back in the land. This should have took place. And also it says in what? In the book of Jeremiah. Hold up, let me get that real quick. Jeremiah 31. I think it's verse 7. Damn it. Where is it at? Okay, here we go. Real quick, this is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 31. And I'm going to start at verse 33, and it reads, it's Jeremiah 31 and 33. Now, this is a clear cut how those are not the children of Israel because this didn't happen. So, Jeremiah 31 and 33, and it reads, but this shall be the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel. After those days, saith the Lord, I will put my law in their inward parts and write it in their hearts, and will be their God, and they shall be my people. So what he said, he's going to put the law in our inward parts, right? He said, I'll put my law in their inward parts and write it in their hearts, in their mind. So we're automatically going to always just do the law. That's why we're going to be changed. We're going to be changed into that. To where we're going to automatically do and follow the law, such as commandments to 100% potential. 100%. 100%. Right? Verse 34. And here's where it gets good. Jeremiah 31 and 34. And they shall teach no more every man his neighbor and every man his brother, saying, Know the Lord, for they shall all know me, from the least of them unto the greatest of them, saith the Lord. For I will forgive their iniquity, and I will remember their sin no more. Now, case in point, right? The other day, you had a bunch of small hats, because you know they had to, they got to start getting enlisted into the military, right? They start getting drafted to serve in the IDF. They say they don't want to do that because they feel that their Torah studies are more important. But wait a second. If your Torah studies are more important, that means that this is not y'all. Because he specifically says in Jeremiah 31 and 34, I'm going to read 33 again. He says, But this shall be the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel. If that's supposed to be y'all, right? After those days, saith the Lord, I will put my law in their inward parts. Now, if you have the law in your inward parts, why do you need to be taught it? And that's what them fucking small hats say over there right now. That's why they don't want to go into the military for the small hats. They say because their Torah studies are more important. Their Torah studies. How are your Torah studies more important? But you're supposed to be the children of Israel in the land of Israel. And the Lord said that I will put my law in their inward parts. What do you need to be taught for? The law is in you. Verse 34. It says, And they shall teach no more every man his neighbor and every man his brother, saying, Know the Lord, for they shall all know me. What do you need Torah study for? If you're the people, that's why they say that. That's why a lot of people don't rock with the Old Testament. And everyone talk about the Torah. Well, this is part of it. It said a covenant. When did he make a covenant with the children of Israel? In the Torah, in the first 5 books of Moses, right? In the law of Moses, right? So if he made that covenant with them, when did he make a covenant with someone else? That's clearly not y'all. Because if y'all the children of Israel, this should apply to you. He said and after those days. So what, after those days, in the last days, the captivity and all that, when we was in captivity, we were enlightened again. He said it's after those days. So after you were exiled out of your land, in the land of your captivity, you should remember yourselves. So in the land of your captivity, hold up, check this out. If y'all the children of Israel, right? If you're the children of Israel, you own everything now. And your kingdom is coming out the MOTB. That's in Revelation 13th chapter. That's your people doing it because those elites come from the same people that them small hats in Israel come from. And ultimately, they all come from who? The house of Esau. And then on top of that, who are the Edomites in America to you? Because those are so-called white people. If an Amalekite, small hat, top hat motherfucker shaved, took off his the attire of a so-called J, you would think it was a regular Edomite. These Edomites in Hollywood, they not all Orthodox, but they all come from what, that J's descent. They all own everything. That's why you got Hollywood, the sports industry. They all own it. So you mean on top of that, you're gonna get the kingdom to come, but you have it's not your kingdom now. But that's where the understanding comes into play. That's where you gotta understand that those are not the real Israelites. Clearly, if you have a true understanding of the scriptures, the Lord said that no man shall teach their neighbor no more. He said because they will all know me from the least to the greatest. Those small hats are the least. The elites are the greatest. They should all know the Lord. Why do you need to be having Torah studies? Actually, I'm gonna read this. I'm gonna read a couple more verses too. So this is Jeremiah chapter 31, verse 35. Now it says, Thus saith the Lord, YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHWASHI, which giveth the sun for a light by day, and the ordinances of the moon and of the stars for a light by night, which divideth the sea when the waves thereof roar. The Lord of hosts is his name. Verse 36. If those ordinances depart from before me, saith the Lord, then the seed of Israel also shall cease from being a nation before me forever. So he said if the ordinance of the sun the sun, the moon, and of the stars, the sun a light for the day, and the stars a light for the night. If those would depart from before the Lord said he would cast off the seed of Israel from before him forever, from being a nation forever. Verse 37, it says, thus saith the Lord, if heaven above can be measured, and the foundation of the earth searched out beneath, I will also cast off all the seed of Israel for all that they have done, saith the Lord. Now, who is trying to search out the heavens and search out the depths of the sea? Esau, the people in power right now. So how can you be the children of Israel if you're also trying to do something where the Lord said that he would cast off the seed of Israel if you were able to do it? You got these devils talking about, going up in outer space, they're always doing this shit. So how could you be the children of Israel and say that you're the children? How could you be the descendants of Jacob when you're doing the very action? You're doing the very action that the Lord said if it could be accomplished, he would cast off the seed of Jacob, the seed of Israel. Those elites, those scientists, they all ran by the elites. So the small heads, they all one and the same. Trying to measure out the heavens, going up in outer space, seeing what's out there, doing this, that, and the third, going to the bottom of the ocean, sending the little submarines down there to see what's down there. Those are so-called white people doing that. That technology came with Esau. The other nations didn't do that. Esau, and with his technology, that was to be attempted. So that's how we know that you're the Edomites. And you're about to go down. And that's that. The biometric, all this digital, cashless, contactless, all that is all leading towards your end and leading towards the MOTB, which is your last move. That was your last move. You have no other moves. And with that, Lord willing, is edifying. I'm going to give all praises to Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, Kakadash. Double honors to the Apostles of Israel, aka the Apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and love to all the Akim. Continue to preach the truth and all truth and sincerity. Shalom.